Yup, said let's ride. Dang, you 30 minutes late, but got the nerve to be mad when I make you wait.
Boy, please.
Autumn leaves, I can feel the breeze. Photo shoot ready, my mind is at ease. I love art that's straight from my heart. I can be the light in the middle of the dark.
In the dark.
Elevation to the 10th power, captured by nature. I'm not moved by haters, but moved by the lens. Like Picasso, you win.
Man, I love how that green look on you. You looking so beautiful today. Yeah, pose just like that. I love that.
Thank you.
Can you feel me?
I wanna know, can you feel me?
Can you feel me?
Can you feel me now?
Can you feel me?
I wanna know, can you feel me?
Can you feel me?
Feel me! Twin flames, the realest in the city. I'm on my grind and she be hustling with me. Raw reality radio and raw rentals. Strawberry and real vision images. I be like, how you feel? She be like, I'm feeling you. What's your favorite thing to do? And she be like, let's catch a move. My friend, my business partner, my lover, my everything. I love you forever. That's why I bought you that promise ring. I promise to stay true for you. I do anything. Your ex was a nightmare. With me, you gon' live a dream. We bossed up. I be suited up at the job fairs. We lead her and head to the Chamber of Commerce. We part of the black, Hispanic, Asian, and white folks trying to raise my baby level up higher than life. I'ma level you up. I love them cheeks. I kiss them when I see them. I love to make her smile. That's why she always cheats. Come on, give me some of that sugar right now. Man, she always geeking. I be like, chill out, baby, and she keep geeking. She be like, I ain't got no what he was doing when he made you, but he was like, I'm gonna give you what you deserve, dude. I mean, my child. You heard me? He was like, my child, I'm gonna give you what you deserve, dude, because you done been through enough pain in your life. My child.
All right,
You on?
I'm on.
Yeah, we live.
Testing 1, testing 2.
Hey, C's Real in the building. What's going on there? Royal Reality Radio.
All right, C3, you look a little different today.
Hey, I got my tan on. You know, I'm hanging out.
You still a little light.
Well, the sun's going down. It's winter time.
Oh, okay.
Gotta wear my
okay.
sweatshirts and whatnot, my flippy floppies.
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay, okay. Let me hear that. Feel me.
I think these people in St. Louis are confused. Is it hot? Is it hot on top and cold on bottom?
Oh, okay.
Got hoodies and flip-flops or flip-flops and tank tops?
Uh-huh, they
That's
do.
what I'm talking about. All right, yeah.
What about that feel me?
Feel me.
All right, I'm back.
What's up, what's up?
Amen.
Amen.
How you feeling today, Sean?
Whew, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm feeling good. Not gonna let nothing get me down or discourage me or distract me. But I will say, it was a little challenge getting here today.
Okay, I like that hair. Do it like this.
Do my hair?
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go, there you go, there you go.
Yeah, it
there
was
you
a
go.
little challenge.
Okay.
I saw a truck fire.
Oh, yeah?
18-wheeler was on fire. Then you had a stalled vehicle. And I was like, okay, am I supposed to get here today? I had to swap vehicles. I was like, that's okay. That's what I'm used to. 911 call. I was like, okay, just handling business. It comes with it, doesn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, you just got to be ready. So how you feel about the topic we're discussing today?
The topic is A1.
Don't argue in front of your children.
That's right.
What do you like
That's
about
right.
it?
Oh, I like that because when you argue in front of your children, that make them think like, dang, mommy and daddy always into it. And they don't know how to, they don't know when it's good or when it's bad. They don't, they don't know how to calculate that kind of stuff in their head.
Yeah, I did some research on it. And I just kind of let it absorb and just kind of see where I was with it. And I decided to talk about it today. Number one of the main reasons I wanted to talk about it was because I work with children.
Amen.
And I've been working with children for about 28 years now.
Okay.
And with that being said, I've seen a lot of things. Good things, A lot of unorthodox situations. I've seen, you know, single parents, male and female, handle their children very well. And also, I've seen couples, but when I say unorthodox, I mean like you may, a lot of times people might not think it's typical to see a dad come in with 3 or 4 kids by himself. And he's raising his whole family. You know what I'm saying?
I know a couple of guys like that.
Yeah. And so, like your regular home setting, you may not see all the time. I've seen some of those unorthodox situations.
Okay.
And I will say that with that, it comes with learning about some of the issues that are present with parents, and especially having a child care facility. There, you're kind of like one of the first point of contact because you kind of deal with the children daily,
right,
and those families. So they do kind of open up to you and sometimes come to you for resources and advice. And one thing that it touched my heart is when that parent is gone to work, when that parent's not there anymore, and those children start talking to you.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I wanted to have a discussion about sometimes we do things as adults and we don't realize how it affects our children later. Mm-hmm. And especially in, there's more than just childcare settings. There's school settings. There's football field settings. There's job settings as they get older and they're teenagers. There's different places where those children might act out or show some of the effects of the things that they've experienced as young children. And one of the things that they do, I will let you know at the daycare, is that they draw pictures. They lash out on other students. They say bad words to each other. I've even saw students take their hands and grab another student's neck to choke. They will pretty much give you a glimpse of what
be going on at home.
Pretty much, without it being said. And sometimes you will see children do things like wet themselves a lot, have multiple accidents on themselves, and you don't know why. Or you might think, I just can't. My child won't. I can't. They won't get potty training down, and you think that's what it is, or they're acting weird about going in certain places and things like that. One thing, it's important to pay attention to what the child is doing, but we don't think anything of it. We're on the phone talking to our friends and just being us, and maybe we got a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, and this is just how we get down. And I just want you to be more cognizant and aware that when you scream and you yell and you fight and those little people are around, it's just like they're just like a computer, and they have sponges. They're just taking it all in. And so when I read earlier, it says that it affects them. It's going to affect their social life later. Yeah, they internalize a lot. It affects security issues. They have insecure issues later. Abandonment issues. It's hard for them to rationalize with people. They're not in a position to want to hear. They think that it's about fight. They close themselves off because sometimes when there is something that we don't like as adults, we close ourselves off as well. So if I hear something crazy and I don't want to hear it, I see kids do this. As an adult, it looks a little different. We don't do this as adults, but we do things like, I don't want to hear it. We shut down. We walk out of rooms. We become dismissive in conversations. We're not looking for solutions actively. We want our emotions pacified first. Fist fighting and violence in front of children is where you get the fights in the schools. You know what I'm saying? And just something simple as parents getting upset over little ones getting bite marks where you bite. Kid take something. Why do kids bite? Do you know anything about biting?
Nah, I just bite my food and swallow it.
Did your little one, when he was little, did he ever bite?
Nah.
Never had any?
Nah, he wet the bed, but not that much though. Nah, I ain't try to fight in front of him and stuff like that. I just, when his mama gave me a problem, I just said
to him?
Nah, to her.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then she was like, ah. And then, Daddy, why is mommy eye black? And I was like, son, don't worry about that.
Now that's what we don't want.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize though afterwards. After her eye healed.
Nah, we don't do that. I have to talk to you. But nah. Well, what kids be biting because they can't express themselves a lot of times. And so that's how they act out. It starts young. And I never could understand it for the life of me. I worked in so many different settings with children. And when they were real little, like 1 and 2, they just go for people. They'll just go for you. And they just go and bite when they get angry. You take something from them, bite. You know what I'm saying? You chastise them, bite. And so that's what they do. But what it is a lot of times.
That's weird right there.
Well, they can't talk. Some children have delayed speech. So sometimes they're not able to communicate things. Like, think about adults. Are they always able to communicate?
No.
Do they bite?
I don't think so. Well, Mike Tyson, he do. Remember that fight he had? He kept biting his glove.
He bite his glove.
He has a fixation on biting.
Okay, what would be something like biting? Like you get angry and you do something out of impulse.
Triggered. Why you get
get triggered. So as an adult, when you can't express yourself, you don't know how to talk, you don't know how to communicate. No, but biting. Kids bite.
Okay, so what would adults do?
Cuss you out.
Oh, cuss you out.
Cuss you clean out. Try to belittle you. Attack you. You know what I'm saying? Is it because they don't know how? So I'm showing how if we do things in front of our children, and then we gonna say, cause I said so, I'm grown. You ain't grown. And then the child grows up, and that's that adult. So they become an adult with the mindset that it's okay to do certain things. And so I just think that when I show you that contrast, it's like, as adults, when we get angry, are we able to control ourselves? Now, they're angry and they're biting. So when we're angry, are we biting at each other? Are we fighting at each other? Are we showing some type of self-control? Are we able to just rationalize with each other? Are we able to take a moment, step back and say, okay, is this that serious? Because that's what we expect from a little bitty 2-year-old. Then we get upset and we get mad and we talk about how we need to punish the child and ain't no reason this child should be biting. But when we think about that, adults do that even now. So think, it all starts with what we put in front of them. And I just want to encourage parents, 2 things I came up with. I don't know if you had an idea. Some ideas for problems in the home, because it's not realistic to think you're not going to disagree. That, like, you're going to disagree with your kids. You're going to disagree with them. You're going to disagree with each other, and you're going to disagree with, like, people that keep your kids, like teachers, and all kind of things are going to happen. So I feel like a lot of times, why don't you come up with some type of system in your homes where even if it's just with your children, there's a safe place to talk. So this is the deal. If we're going to discuss something, then we'll do it this way.
Okay.
So we'll all talk, maybe pick once a week or something like that. A day where the family can come in a room and have the floor. You can talk about whatever is on your mind and get it out And there's only and you set, here are the rules. So you putting boundaries out there, and you're going to say, we cannot yell. We cannot say anything negative. And after everything that we put out there, we have to compliment each other.
So, that sound good and all. But it's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
Because you know what be happening when people get into disagreements or arguments and stuff like that? It's a defense mechanism that automatically come on. You know what I'm saying? Because people already be thinking that what they be doing be right already, right? But then you got to understand that it's two people that's living in that same house that, you know, have an opinion too. Right. So, okay, say, what if you leave the water jug out or something? Oh, you put the water jug back in the refrigerator without filling it back up. It's a little bit in there. You know what I'm saying? And you like, hey, why you ain't fill the water jug up? But the person was like, well, it's still another cup in there, so I ain't have time to fill it up. So they justifying what they did, but then the other person don't see it that way. So they defending their choice. You know what I'm saying?
So
but then the other one is defending like, well, you still should have did it the way I thought you should have did it.
But say it one more time, because I heard something that you said in there. You said put the jug up, right?
No, not put the jug up, but don't put it back in the refrigerator with just a swallow left.
Okay.
You feel me? With just one cup left.
You're right.
So you see it one way, and then they saw it another way. So that's where the disagreement comes. So you like, why would you put that in there with just a swallow left? Like, you know,
I already told you don't do that. Right.
And then they can overthink it and be like, in your mind, you was just leaving that for me to go on here and fill it up. You know what I'm saying? And putting that work on me.
I understand exactly where you coming from with that.
So they can be thinking of all kind of thoughts in their mind when they like, and then they could be thinking like, you just being lazy. You just trying not to do it. So they could think of all kind of stuff in their mind like why you didn't do what they thought you should have did. And then when you bring it to them and confront them about it, then they want to be on the defense. Well, I ain't have time enough, or just fill it up if you want it filled up. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it's never like this, but this how you should approach that situation. If they have a problem with you doing that, my bad, I'll fill it up next time.
I think that's correct.
Or, you know what? I didn't have time when I had got my last cup of water, but let me do it now, though, because I don't want you to be tripping. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to feel, you know, cool about it. Let me just go ahead and do it now. You know, and then just take that responsibility off of them instead of redirecting it back to them, like, you can fill it up.
Yeah, that's
they want you to fill it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
no, I like what you said. If you said to fill the jug up, it's certain things that I just don't give room for error. Because the reason I don't do that is because you said it very clear. Just don't let it, when it's just basically when it's a little bit in there, fill it up. If you don't want to fill it up, then don't put it back in this refrigerator. Because that's a pet peeve of mine too. I hate going in the refrigerator and an empty jug or just a swallow is in there. Now, when a person takes that information that you said and creates all these scenarios from it, they are deliberately and directly not trying to follow the instructions that you have given. I see straight through that.
But what if they didn't know that that's something that you know, wasn't tripping off of? What if the terms wasn't even set? What if they didn't even know that you cared about that like that? Because this is the first time that happened.
Well, when if it's the first time, you got to give a person an opportunity to understand. That's how you learn people. You got to make mistakes to learn. So but once you set that tone and you make it clear to that person, this is what I'm expecting. Anything after that is just diversion tactics. Okay.
That's why I was a whole bunch of black eyes in my house. I just got done. I see it.
Now those are. Because that's a lack of accountability.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So for me, it's just real simple. I'd rather just simply say, I don't care. I could be mad as all get out. Like, why he bringing up this petty stuff to me? Now I'm gonna be real. This is just a real reaction.
That's the defense
You
mechanism.
could be, but still, you could like what happened just now to me. All that stuff just came at me out of nowhere, and I could come in here with a horrible little attitude and be like, "What he gonna? Why would he ask?" But I'm not. But let's say you at that moment, you know how humans are when we're already on level 10, and then somebody come to you with something they think is petty. You tripping off a jug in a refrigerator, and I almost just got hit by a car.
Yeah.
So that's how people think sometimes, like, you picking at me. But then when you go to that refrigerator, when you stop being in your emotions and you come down, and a person said, that's what he noticed. He don't know what you just went through. And he just said, well, I thought we discussed this. Okay. It's real simple to just simply say, you know what, he did tell me that. He did say that. And then I'm just going to take the jug out, and I'm going to say, okay, I'll fill it up now. And next time I won't do that. I'm going to do better. Even that simple sentence, I'm going to do better, will just solve so many problems.
Sure will. Now say it again for the people in the back. Say it to the phone.
Just simply saying, I understand, and I'm going to do better. You know, it works because you don't really have to go into a lot of conversation. Because if you frustrated already, I think you'll bring more frustration on yourself.
Hold on. Wait. Now, y'all heard it. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. What that's called is taking accountability right there. That's taking accountability right there. And a lot of couples, well, the people in relationships have a problem taking accountability. And you know what? When you just be accountable for what they say you did, even if you don't feel like you did it, if you just take it to the chin and just be like, you know what? You feel like I did that, my bad. I'll try to work on this so you don't feel like that about me no more. I mean, boy, you getting flowers the next day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all people be wanting.
That's it. And so take that same scenario, and let's say that was, I'm just going to RJ. Let's say it's RJ at home.
Or a kid, somebody.
Or a kid, but realistic for us, let's say it's RJ, and he put the jug back in, and I said, empty. And I asked him, and I said, RJ, I've already asked you several times not to put the jug in here like this, you know. And then his response was, I'm sorry, Mom. I'll do better. It feels different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, Mom, I'll do better. And so all I can do is model my own child's behavior.
Yeah, but see, kids not going to naturally do that.
But he did.
Okay, but
did he do better?
That's one thing. But kids, they go like for the flesh first. You know what I'm saying? They go off for emotion and reaction first. That was taught to him. That had to be taught to him by you or by somebody. Because kids don't naturally just say, I'm sorry, I'll do better next time. They be just mad that you even saying something to them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, why you always saying something about this? If it ain't this, it's that. It's about that, it's this. Because that's how I felt about my mama when she said about cleaning up and, you know, doing stuff. And like, dang, why is she nagging about this? You know what I'm saying? Nah, you just know that if it happened again, you getting a whooping. It ain't no, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm going to do better next time. We didn't even get the opportunity to say that.
Right. And then it's more like, so it's more like repeat what I told you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's good that you taught him that.
Yeah.
To respond like that because that kills a lot of problems and that solves a lot of black eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if my kid talk back, Messiah, you. If he say, well, any other excuse then, I'm sorry, I'll do better next time, man.
No, you're not. You're not gonna do that. So this is good. I really like this because we're comparing adult controversy to children the children's controversy and how we can affect our children when we debate in front of them, and then how they turn around and how they act, you know what I'm saying, based off what they see. And it affects them later in life. And it affects
Amen.
them also immediately. So sometimes you get kids to go straight to school after an argument, and they may go to school that whole next day and don't eat. You'll get a report. They didn't eat today. They were different today at school. It's just certain things that just are off about them. They want to see you happy. That's what they want. I read that they feel secure when their parents are happy. They feel safe when their parents are getting along. It creates safety for them. It doesn't feel stable when they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know if they're going to come home to adults angry, or are they going to have dinner today, or are we all going to be together, or am I going to get to my activities on time? Is there going to be an argument to cause me not to go to the things I had planned with my friends? Is my mommy or daddy going to be mad at me because they're mad? They have a lot of thoughts that are running through their mind. And like I said, I encourage, even though he said it's easier said than done, to have that day where you're talking when it's not a problem. Just come up with some type of routine in your home to do these times to just learn more about each other. And sometimes it's things going on and we don't talk about it ever. Like, we're just busy living life. Like, going to work, going to the grocery store, taking care of, the bills and all the things that come, sports and all of these things that come up. But it may be something simple like, hey, something happened at school. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it with my brothers and my mom and my dad. I just want to get it out. And everybody might have some advice on it and things like that. It'll make more of a unity feeling and have you be closer together as a family, and not be so, separated from each other. The other thing, with couples, I think that if something's going to push that other person's button, and you got your kids around, I think you should try to choose wisely on what you either present to the other partner. Like, we will say stuff like, I know you heard, pick your battles.
Right.
Use good judgment, pick your battles. And then another thing would be like, I was telling Cease, I was like, give a cue. Be like, like some type of way that you give each other a sign, like, not right now. Not a good time.
The Ike Turner face.
The Ike Turner, like, like, no, it's not the time. You could even be serious. You can even be straightforward and say, can I talk to you in the bedroom for a second? Like, not in front of the kids. You can, let's do it. Or get in a car and say, okay, kids, X, Y, Z. And if you and that person you deal with, you have enough respect for one another, let's take a drive. We can leave for a minute and we'll be back. And you guys, especially if you got older kids or whatever, or a younger one and an older one, watch the younger one.
Yeah.
Let's take a ride. You can't be so self-absorbed that you're strong enough to bring a problem to the table and say what you don't like, but you're not willing to bend and do things the appropriate way. Don't be that arrogant now. You know what I'm saying? Because because in my mind, I think you require something, right? You require, show me some respect. I'm a man. Do not talk over me.
You a man.
I'm speaking from a male perspective because a man leads the home.
I was going to say, I was going to be like.
The man leads the home. So with that man speaking, show me some respect. Do not yell at me. Don't talk over me.
Right.
Don't you pick up nothing and throw at me.
Right.
This is my name. Don't call me out my name.
Right.
So if that's what this man is requiring and he wants you to follow, it's nothing for you, nothing to be like, if the woman is trying to show honor and respect in front of her children and say, not right now, you should honor that. And then get in that car, whatever you got to do to get away from those kids, then discuss it. That's basically saying you love yourself as a man, because you got to love yourself to want things for yourself.
Right.
So that's you loving yourself first, and then the way you love yourself is how you show that woman, and that woman in return is going to give you that respect that you deserve.
Right.
She has to. And if she don't give you that respect, bye. She ain't the one.
To the left, like Beyonce say.
Flat out. And I sometimes come off a little direct and harsh, because when I have passion about certain things I speak on, I do that. And I have to work on that sometimes, but it gets under my skin, because people tend to want so much in life. And they do a lot of yapping about the things that they want, but a lot of times they are not willing to put the work in. And so they do a lot of complaining and chatting and being jealous and chirping, but they don't know all it takes in that, and how much you have to give up and sacrifice to have a lot of the things that's fun, that look good, and to keep it. You might be able to get something, but can you truly keep it? Can you sustain it? Can you maintain it? And so a lot of times when people come to me whining and whimpering, I look at them and I already have this type of demeanor about myself. I already know when I'm dealing with a person who's sacrificial. I know when I'm dealing with somebody that's not going to make it. They not strong enough. They're not strong enough. And I be saying, okay, come on, you're going to come to my boot camp. And see, my boot camp starts in the mind. I'll let you think you winning anything with me. At the end of the day, I'm going to rise up like a phoenix, because I need you to understand that's what I need you to do.
Okay, I heard that.
I need you to do that, and do that in such a charming and diligent way that we don't hurt people. We don't affect our children, and we walk and talk like kings and queens and produce more of that.
I feel that.
You feel that?
I feel that. Keep going.
Keep going.
You got this.
I got this. So, yeah, I mean, I'm passionate about children. You know that.
Yeah, see, oh, yeah. I'm thinking of I made my first roast on this week coming up. This last week, it was fire. And, I was heating it up in the microwave.
Thanks a lot.
I was Uh-oh.
You was doing what?
Heating it up in the microwave. And then after that, I took it out the microwave. Hold on, folks, Facebook got to see this. They still on there? No. Back over there so they can see both of us. The alarm ain't coming on no more.
No, it will, and I'm going to have to get back up. That's what.
Put it back right though.
Because I have to go back in and set it. Now it's going to keep doing it.
It's gonna go where?
It's going to keep doing it. So, okay, Sonya. Can you see?
Yeah, make it on both of us though. Yeah, sit all down. I like that belt. That look like my belt. But anyway,
It is yours.
Tilt it back that way a little bit. Sorry guys, just a little. We just trying to get our little live together. But it's gonna be all right. Yeah, there you go.
Is that right?
Okay, so I was heating up my roast, and I heat that mug up for 5 minutes, right? My first bowl, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, this finna be good. Mouth water. I'm like, doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, boom, hit the ground. Next thing you know, the dog came over there and started eating my stuff.
He was happy.
Yeah, so right there, I could have argued in front of kids right there and been mad at everybody and the dog.
Yep.
But I held my composure and I said, I'm mad. I'm getting out of here. And I went in there and ate the rest of my little roast that didn't fall out of the bowl. But yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Simba was so happy. Oh my goodness. He ate that roast. He had potatoes and carrots, and then he lay back and fell out, went to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
So yeah, that's a example of me, holding
Hold
my
your
composure.
You
Yeah.
did so good too.
Yeah, because I could have been mad and been like,
Hmm.
I don't want him to eat none.
But you
Or I could have
didn't.
been like,
You
y'all
did.
laughing at me?
You did excellent, excellent, excellent. So yeah, but what do you? I want to hear from you, from your standpoint as a man. What do you think when your children? How do you? Well, how does it make you feel if you argue in front of your children?
It don't make me feel no type of way because, I'll be running it anyway. But how you want me to feel is I should feel guilty for real. So I don't want to show the little babies, me getting all mad and stuff like that because I should show them, I should put on display a person that knows how to control their emotions at all times and not get out of hand and because that's the kind of example that I want to set for them. I want them to understand that when you get into conflict and when you have disagreements and stuff like that, you just don't have to fly off the meat rack and just go into a fit of rage or nothing like that. And you should be able to control yourself. And then when you get out there in the world and you will be able to tell the people that haven't been taught that type of thing. So maybe you can give them some pointers of, hey, I saw how you handled that conflict. Um, Maybe I can advise you. This what works for me. So if you try this next time, you know what I'm saying? Because like when you go into them fits of rage and doing stuff because you don't care, stuff like that, they usually end up with the police getting called, or it just get worse. So when you can't, hold your emotions in place, then it usually ends up bad for you. I said something in the Bible about it. It said, turn the other cheek. I know it said that, but be patient. You know what I'm saying? It talks a lot about patience in the Bible. So just, you got to practice patience when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I know, see, me as a Leo, I get flared up real quick and get defensive about stuff like that because I know I'll be right. But sometimes, you don't be right all the time. So you got to understand, like,
Good.
you may think that you right, but the other person may think that they right. So who's gonna be the bigger person in order to resolve it? You gotta think diplomatically and be like, you know what?
Equal.
In order for in order for this situation to calm down and get to a better place, then I have to use my leadership skills and my diplomacy in order to create peace in this situation because that's what we both ultimately want. So we both want peace and we both want to be validated and we both want to be heard and we want to be bargained with and dealt with and feel like our voice matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it, at the end of the day, you don't want the other person who you in the argument with to feel like what you say goes or what they're saying doesn't matter. You really just want to make them happy in the first place. So it's a point where you gotta choose. You come to a crossroad. Well, do I want to swing my nuts around and be like, hey, I'm right and I don't care how you feel? Or do you want to be like, you know what? I'll go ahead and take the low road right now and just take the back and then let them be right. Even if they wrong, let them just go ahead and have their little way because you know what they're showing? They're showing maturity on your part. You know what I'm saying? That's showing that you don't have to win. Winning is not the purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Winning ain't always the end. You don't have to win all the time. Because look, what if you do win, and then you win it at somebody else's expense though? You feel me?
Yes.
So why not make it so both of y'all can win?
Yes.
And if you gotta be so king boss and a tyrant that can't nobody tell you nothing and stuff like that, then how does that make you look to them? And so what kind of example are you setting?
Oh, come on, man.
You feel me? By saying, by imposing your authority on people just because you got the authority, when in reality that's not being a leader. A leader is showing the example of how you want them to react to you when you feel like you right.
Yes, excellent.
You feel me? It's a mind game.
That's it.
It's not really a mind. It's not a game, but it's kind of like a game.
It is somewhat of a game.
Yeah, in the end, you both win. If you just, you need a bell over there.
Yes, you come on. I love it. Come on, keep going.
Yeah, okay, so, basically, the moral of that story is, when it's an argument or a disagreement, you know what your true intentions are.
Right.
In the first place. You don't want this person to be mad at you. You don't want them to look at you like you a mess up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why people be putting on their defense.
Exactly.
Like, I ain't like that, or I ain't do that, or
right.
Like, it ain't nothing but a little thing. Why you couldn't do it? You petty for that. But why you can't say, oh, let me go ahead and fill it up. I ain't even realized that I put it in there, even though probably in your mind you was like, I'm gonna be lazy and just not even fill it up right now. But if they say something, then go on here, just do it. So, happy wife, happy life. You feel me? But if you imposing your authority, like, well, fill it up then. That make you kind of seem like an arrogant person who can't be said nothing to. Y'all can't say nothing to you.
I love this.
So is that the type of persona that you want to portray to your family? to your other person? As a person that you can't be said nothing to?
Wow.
You feel me?
Or
do you want to...
I'm outdone.
Do you want to be the person, man, if I just come to them with my concern, they gonna understand where I'm coming from, because they want me to be happy.
You just saw it.
I'm just saying, all right?
You did excellent. I just got to give you kudos for that, because of the way you just communicated that. It blew my mind, because what you're saying is, in the end, we both win.
Right.
Ooh, I almost can't even repeat it. It was so dope.
Right.
You know what? I get excited when I see breakthroughs in people. Y'all don't understand.
Don't act like that's no breakthrough. I've been like that. Stop it.
It's a breakthrough, because it's communication that's going to help someone that's listening. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
It's a breakthrough, because it's the way. Okay, it's the way you said it. It's like this. See, like you said, he said, it's not about winning, but it is about winning, but it's not. I like how he said it's really a mind game, and then he said, but it is a game. The thing about it is that any manipulation is used as a negative phrase 90% of the time, but a lot of times it's also a positive side to manipulation. If there's controversy and problems going on, okay, at the end of the day, I like the part where I don't want to be viewed as this bad person. Yeah. And I know my intentions are good. So if I don't want nothing but the best for you, and I'm going hard for you, that means I'm looking out for your best interest in all areas of life. The last thing I want is for you to think opposite of that.
Right, exactly.
So no matter these little things or these little spats that are going on, and I know we kind of got off the kid subject a little, but that was so good.
But that's the thing that you want to portray in front of the kids,
to your children, right?
Yeah, in front of them. When it comes to that, don't argue in front of them.
Don't do that.
Show them how you can get through conflict and resolve it in front of them, so they can know what resolution looks like.
That's another good one. You on fire?
You feel me? You got your bell over there.
You on fire? Okay, because that part where it's like, well, I like how you were thinking when you say it's more so about I don't want to be looked at as this man, as this guy who just wants to throw my weight around or be
Right.
I'm a boss and I run this house.
I'm right.
And I'm right all the time. And just that sentence, let me think for a minute, because it is bigger. It is a bigger picture than that moment of being correct or incorrect. And he is so right. And so that part, it captures me more than anything, is because I can hear God. I hear the presence of God in that. I mean, a lot of people may not agree with me, but I do. Because your heart has to be a certain way to have empathy for others and understand how they feel, what they're going through, what it could be. And a lot of times the reason we fight is because there's no actual answer a lot of times. In conflict, if you think about it, we'll be fighting over something, then both people will be saying, but that's what I said. And then the other person will say, but that's what I said. But then they'll say, but you didn't even do that. And then they'll say, you didn't do that? And they'll say, yes, I did. And they'll say, okay, all right, man. Okay. See, the thing about that is that no matter what, you're going to still hit a brick wall, because in reality, you did do that. He did do that. He did hurt something. You heard something. Like he said, there's no right and there's no wrong. Somebody just has to say, if that's how you feel,
let me go ahead and make that right.
Let's make it right.
Because, like, look, the dude could have felt a certain way because she even saying something about it, when instead of even saying something to him, why you ain't just helping me out and just filling up the water just on my behalf because you my girl and you love me, and just thinking ahead and be like, maybe he was just busy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me just go ahead and fill this water up and not even have to say nothing to him. You know what I'm saying?
It make me think. I'm looking at you and thinking of Darlene, my mom. At the same time, while he talk, I see my mom.
Yeah, it could have been that, but it's just like, well, what kind of mind state you in? You could be like, man, she just trying to mess with me, because she could have just did that and instead of not saying nothing. But the thing is that you gotta have more patience than that.
Right.
You feel me? Because she might not be thinking like that, but if you bring it up to her like, man, for real, I'm going to go ahead and fill it up this time, but I was busy though, so that's why I ain't fill it up. But I'm going to go ahead and do it because you said it. But next time it's like that, and you know what I'm saying, I'm right here.
Because on the flip side,
you could have gone ahead and did that.
So that's how you feeling. That's how the other person is feeling when you got onto them. But the person who actually gave that directive to that person, what about that person's feelings? Like, ultimately, that person has feelings too. And if that person's observing you, just trying to see what kind of person you are, they might have all these thoughts in their head. Do they just not respect me? Do they not like me? Like, whenever I say for them to do something, they just ignore whatever I say. So did they deliberately not do what I asked them to do? So they can have all these thoughts in their head too, while one person thinking the other person being petty, the other person is thinking, so if I say anything, you just gonna deliberately ignore me and just do what you want to do instead of what I asked you to do. See how people be thinking completely different?
Right.
But it's innocence to it. There's some innocence to it. But then there's also logic to it. And there's also something called straightforward. What it is what it is. No black. It's just black and white, no gray. So it's like, if I say, when you get in there, sit in the chair on the right side right next to me, and I come in the door and I sit on the opposite side. Mm-hmm. You deliberately... You didn't, how do you explain your way out of that? Because I told you exactly what to do. You chose to do something different. That's being defiant, and you deliberately, now you want to come up with excuses. Some situations are different, so you have to observe people and their actions and just see how they move. Some people do little stuff, they do. And they just try to pick at you, or they try to, people bait you so you can argue. They'll bait you quickly. Mm-hmm. They'll throw something out. You'll be having a great day.
That sounds like a bait.
Great day. Mm-hmm. You get a bait they throw something out for you to react real quick to that, so that you fall in the trap, and now the whole evening is ruined.
Oh my
Kids
God.
crying, whatever plans you have for your children, they not gonna do that. They don't get to go. They got to go in their room and shut the door, slam it, and say they arguing again. And then they get on the phone with their little friends, and then that's where all of that comes in, where they internalize and then do some of the wrong things. So you have to remember, it starts with us. I love that you said no one wins, but we can win together in the end if you want to, if someone's the bigger person. And think about how you react. How did you say? Think about how you react in an argument and how that's making you look ultimately as a woman or as a man to those people around you. Do you want to be portrayed as that person?
Right.
And maybe thinking about, do you want to be that guy?
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And because just like we tell our children, when they get those grades in school, these grades are going to follow you. You can't redo this. So your character is all you got. And so just remember that. Do you want this to follow you? And do you want to keep fighting in front of your children? And then you want to whoop your kids? Do you want to whoop them after they fight? And start acting out because of it. So just love on them a little more. And give them a little bit more space. Give them a little bit more space to talk of what they feel. Let them talk to you without feeling like they're going to be in trouble. Open up.
Right.
And have fun. Date them a little bit. Date your kids a little.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. They enjoy it. They eventually, I know teenagers, though, these days, it's a little rough. But I have confidence that you can do it. And I hope that you enjoyed the words that we gave for today. I did, and it made me more interested in researching it more. And I really enjoyed what you just said. That was really enlightening. I really loved it.
Good,
So,
thank you.
We look forward to seeing you next time on Royal Reality Radio.
Amen.
Bye.
Feel me?
You was gonna say it too?
I was not. Let me hear you hum it.